think about the Divine Supreme. Let us for a few moments think about the Divine Master and pray to Him to have true love and devotion so that we can cross this ocean of worldliness so that we may become free from bondage. And peace, peace, peace be unto all. Om Stapakaya Jadharmasya Sarvadharmaswarupine Stapakaya Jadharmasya Sarvadharmaswarupine Avataravariष्ठाय Ramakrishna te namah. Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityormamritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all gods and goddesses, who gave spiritual teachings to the whole humanity. Let us pray to the Divine to enlighten us, to remove all ignorance from us, to free us from all miseries, to grant peace and joy. Let us pray to Him so that we may conquer death. Let us pray to Him to have peace and bliss. Sri Ramakrishna, while talking to devotees, has given most valuable instructions to follow up in our life. If we do really desire to have real happiness and peace, we can get that joy, we can experience that peace only when we start moving in our spiritual life. It is only through spiritual life we are sure to achieve peace and joy. So, it makes us very clear that we should direct ourselves to spiritual ways. We should try to cultivate love and devotion towards the divine. There are many ways of cultivating devotion, either through worship or through selfless service or through bhajans or through yoga, meditation. Whatever may be the way, we must be sure of developing our love and devotion. Sri Ramakrishna has given number of instructions to varieties of devotees. So, whatever that is easy for us to follow, we should take those instructions and follow them with great devotion. The easiest way, which Sri Ramakrishna has many times said, to go forward in our spiritual life is to call on God by any name. Here is the Divine Master, Sri Ramakrishna, who is telling these words. Call any name of God. It doesn't specify only you should call God by this name. No. Take any name of God. And Sri Ramakrishna assures that you will get the wonderful result of peace and joy. Take any divine name of God, call on Him again and again. But the point which Sri Ramakrishna wants to tell here is that while calling the name of God, we must be sincere. Sincerity. That's very, very important teaching which Sri Ramakrishna emphasizes. One who is sincere in his prayer, in remembering God, he will certainly reach Him. He will succeed if he has longing. By constantly calling on God, by being sincere in our effort, we develop intense longing in our heart to have the vision of the divine. Sri Ramakrishna himself is illustrious example. He used to call on Divine Mother day in and day out, whole day, whole night. He would sit under a tree and spend hours in meditation, calling on God with utmost sincerity. As the days pass by, he became more and more restless. That means he was longing to have the vision of the Divine Mother. Why is it I have not been able to see Mother today? It is gone. My span of life, it is being reduced day by day. Yet I have not been able to realize the Divine. Yet I have not been able to see God. Whether God is real or not, I am trying my best, following all spiritual instructions meticulously. Then I must have the vision of the Divine Mother. If what the Mahatmas have said are true. So, as he kept on practicing, day by day, he became so intensified in his prayers, more and more longing. It came to such a point, it reached climax. He would no more tolerate anything other than the vision of Mother. Next moment, if the Mother doesn't reveal herself, he will collapse. He will not be able to live any longer. And he thought his life would be meaningless without having the vision of the Divine Mother. So when he reached climax, Divine Mother could not hide anymore. Sri Ramakrishna's heart became perfectly pure and perfect. Divine Mother revealed herself, granting him wonderful peace and bliss. So what is needed here, therefore, is that our mind and lips should be the same. We talk one thing, we think in another way, we do it in some other way. There is no coordination in our thinking, feeling, acting. So there is always confusion. Sometimes we are aware of the confusion, sometimes we are not aware of it. But confusion is there. As long as there is no coordination in our ways of dealing with things. So God looks into our innermost minds. He doesn't like to see the external indication of a person. He just wants to see the inner side of a person. Outwardly, a man may look very devoted, very spiritual, with all signs of religion on his forehead, and for all other purposes he may look really spiritual if anybody sees such a person with all this dress. But God sees our inner heart. God runs to us if we pray with a sincere heart. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, God runs, not simply walks. He is very eager to bless the devotee. What is needed is, we must be pure in heart. All the spiritual disciplines are meant for purification, nothing else. The result will follow automatically. Remove the weeds, Keep on pouring the water to the seedling, the result will come automatically. The sprout will come, the plant will grow, gives leaves, branches, flowers, fruits, all those things come automatically. Through spiritual practices, mind becomes pure. Chitta Shuddhi. When the mind becomes pure, then only we will understand many truths. Revelation of the truth is possible only in the pure mind. The Vedas were revealed to the rishis. How? Because they were pure. Mind was completely set to receive the spiritual ideas. So, if we are sincere in our worship of the divine, we are sure to be blessed with the vision of the divine. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, sweet bread will taste sweet whatever way we eat it. Tulsidas, a great devotee, who was once upon a time a wretched worldly person, became one of the greatest saints in the world. His masterpiece, Ramcharitmanas, what a tremendous spiritual force is generated through that famous literature. Even today, millions of people, millions, are getting influenced by that wonderful poetry of Tulsidas about the glory of Sri Ramachandra. So he said, an hour, half an hour, or even half of that, what is necessary is sincerity and earnestness. That is counted. It's not how long you sat in front of God. What is really counted is your sincerity, your earnestness. The Divine Mother dwells in every heart. In the heart of the wretched, in the heart of the sinner, in the heart of the saint, in everyone's heart. She does not take into consideration how much time you put into your practice, but only how sincerely you do it. See how it is very important to be sincere. She only takes into account how much love and devotion we have towards her. We should go on repeating the divine name with full sincerity, and we will find that meditation will follow as a natural development. It is true. We keep on doing japa of the mantra with zealousness, with love and devotion. Keep on repeating it. As you keep on repeating the divine name for sufficient amount of time, automatically you are led to meditation. You just get yourself absorbed in that divine mood. So japa creates a wonderful mood. Mood is very important. Worldly mood, spiritual mood. If you sit in front of a TV, nobody need say you will have worldly mood. The very fact you are sitting in front of TV amply proves that you like to see those things in the TV. Seeing more and more means becoming more and more worldly. Becoming more and more worldly means more and more bondage. Tying round and round by the means of rope. 2 rounds, 3 rounds, that itself tightness. The more you become attached to world, the more you are tying yourself, rope around your waist. More revolutions. So God creates all the necessary opportunities for those who are sincere devotees. The scriptures speak of placing oneself under a guru. Why? The guru tells the disciple of the correct path. He sets him on the road. He virtually leads him. The disciple will have to follow all the directions given by the guru with all sincerity. If there is no sincerity, even if the guru shows the way, even if the path is clear before you, you will not be able to achieve anything on account of lack of sincerity. Sri Ramakrishna, the incarnation of the divine, he descended in disguise as an unlettered man in order to reveal the path of peace. He incarnated in order to smash the pride of scholarship. Without passing through this so-called education of the world, Sri Ramakrishna became the wiser than the wisest. We should be sincere and meditate on the Divine Master by making our thoughts and words fully consistent with each other. So, the principal element in spiritual practice is this sincerity. Making the inner life tally with the outer, thoughts with speech. They must go in a harmonious way. Why we are not feeling true joy in this world? Because our state of condition is not good. That is, we are hypocrites. We think one way and talk another. This is delusion and ignorance. He who wants to be spiritual must give up talk and take to spiritual practice with all sincerity. We must do our duties and place our mind and heart in God. In time, God will make everything all right for us. If we are sincere, everything will be accomplished. So, sincerity is the backbone of spirituality. We should practice it in our actions and thoughts. We should be sincere in our thoughts. We should be sincere in our actions. We should be sincere in our dealings, in everything. There should be no disagreement between what we feel and what we say. At the same time, we should not be cruel or unkind in adhering to the truth. Of course, we are sincere, trying our best to live pure life. We are struggling. That means we may have some lapses in our course of spiritual practices. But Sri Ramakrishna assures, lapses are not signs of forging new samskaras, but of the working out of old ones. For the tying and untying of thread on a reel look alike from a distance. What a fine analogy. So, if we are sincere and have the attitude that it is His work that we are doing, be very sure about that. He will show us the way. So much about sincerity. Sincerity is the backbone of spiritual life. The next point, Sri Ramakrishna tells is, one cannot attain the knowledge of Brahman unless one completely rids himself of his attachment to the world. Let us take the truth as it is. Attachment. Attachment is bondage, if you want to know the truth. Where there is attachment, there is bondage. There is restlessness. There is sorrow, there is misery. There is tension, there is worry. All these things will be there. One word, attachment. It is because of attraction or attachment that the souls are drawn to this world. How is it that we come again and again to this world? How is it? What's the logic behind it? The logic is nothing but our attachment. It's because we are attracted to this world, because we are attached to this world, we keep on coming, keep on coming. 100 times you die, 100 times you are reborn. As long as you have got attachment, so long you should be born. Coming back and forth and playing the different embodied roles. Every time a soul comes, it does something, half and half, dies, again comes, again does half and half, makes the whole thing a mess. Then he reaches the state of helplessness. Some people may not reach that state at all. So they can be classified as eternally bound. Because if you don't discriminate, if you don't analyze and understand the things in a proper way, the result is we suffer. So, attachment is bondage. Bandhan. Yet, again, this is a wonderful idea. Attachment opens the door to liberation. How is it? When attachment is bondage, how can it act like a door to liberation? It does so to one who becomes attached to God, or to the Guru, or to illumined souls. So the attachment to the Guru, attachment to the ideal, attachment to the divine, releases him from the attachment to the world. So attachment to an ideal or a guru leads to nishtha, true nishtha, that is one-pointed devotion. My guru has said like this, I must go this way. No deviation. Steadfastness, wholehearted devotion and attachment to that aspect of God which we have chosen to realize. There are some signs to know whether a person is progressing towards the divine or not. Some people say, I am coming to the Vivekananda Vedanta Society since its inception. Maybe 30 years, 40 years, I am coming. But how is it, Swamiji, I am not making any progress? People talk many times like that. So what are the signs? It is not difficult to find oneself. All his passions, lust, anger and greed, they will wane. His attachment for the objects of the senses will diminish, and he will have peace at heart. So these are the indications to know whether one is progressing in the spiritual path. Attachment, how dangerous it is, has been said. By comparing it to a pothole. See, on the road there are so many potholes up there. How dangerous they are. Many people, if they are careless, they may even drop themselves into the pothole and they may even die. So if there be a pothole of attachment in the mind, the result of japa, your worship, your spiritual practices, all these things, they will run out through it. Because it's a hole. 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 So attachment is considered as a pothole. If you don't plug the hole, whatever spiritual practices you are doing, they all go waste. Once, Nag Mahashaya, one of the great household disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, once he came to meet Swami Turiyanandaji, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. We have got all the direct disciples in the back side of this auditorium. The sixth person from the left hand side. He came and made salutations to Swami Turiyanandaji, and Turiyanandaji was very much pleased to see Nag Mahashaya, because Nag Mahashaya was such a fine devotee, golden, pure gold. Devotion means 100% devotion. Complete devotion. Manifestation of purity and perfection. Then only 100% devotion is possible. He is coming and offering his salutations to Swami Turiyanandaji, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. And he is praying to him, Master, please bless my father. Nag Mahashaya is asking Turiyanandaji, please bless my father that he may have true devotion to God. So he is asking, because Nag Mahashaya, he would look upon all these direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna as Sri Ramakrishna himself. He had so much reverence and devotion to them. He was fully confident that if these Swamijis, if they bless, surely his father would develop wonderful devotion to God. So he is asking for. Swami Turiyanandaji replied, Nag Mahashaya, what is it you are asking for? Your father has already got it. He is constantly repeating the name of God. What more do you want? When Turiyanandaji said like this, Nag Mahashaya again said, Master, what's the use of rowing a boat which is at anchor? My father, he is terribly attached to me. Referring to himself, Nag Mahashaya is telling, my father is terribly attached to me. What good will his japa do? As I said earlier, attachment is a pothole. Everything runs through that hole unless you plug that hole properly. Then Swami Turiyanandaji, he didn't keep quiet. he again said, well, Nag Mahashaya, what are you telling? If your father is not to love a son like you, whom else should he love? Then Nagmasha cried, "Don't say so, don't say so. Please bless that he may lose all attachment for me." Because Nagmasha knew very well how dangerous it is to have attachment. We are terribly attached to our things around us, our kith and kin, whatever we may call. So that's the cause of trouble. Well, I have touched these 2 points. There are many points there to discuss. So sincerity is the backbone of spirituality. 1, attachment is the root of all misery. It is a pothole which should be plugged. Remember these 2 things. You are safe. With these words, I will continue to read some passage. Page 308. Rebirth. When you can truly say, "O God, thou art the master." As long as you cannot say, "O Lord, thou alone art real," as long as you cannot say this, you will not be released from the life of the world. This going and coming, this rebirth is inevitable. There will be no liberation. Further, what can you achieve by saying, "It is mine"? I and mine, mamakar, that is the source of bondage. The manager of an estate may say, "This is our garden, these are our coats and furniture." But when he is dismissed by the master, he has not the right to take away even a chest of worthless mango wood given to him for his use. So the feeling of I and mine has covered the reality. Because of this, we do not see truth. Attainment of Chaitanya, divine consciousness, is not possible without the knowledge of Advaita, non-duality. After realizing Chaitanya, one enjoys Nityananda, eternal bliss. One enjoys this bliss after attaining the state of a Paramahamsa. Vedanta does not recognize the incarnation of God. According to it, Chaitanya Deva is only a bubble of the non-dual Brahman. Do you know what the vision of the divine consciousness is like? It is like the sudden illumination of a dark room when a match is struck. The incarnation of God is accepted by those who follow the path of bhakti. A woman belonging to the Kartabhaja sect observed my condition, that is Sri Ramakrishna is telling, and remarked, she said, "You have inner realization. Don't dance and sing too much. Ripe grapes must be preserved carefully in cotton." The mother-in-law lessens her daughter-in-law's activities when the daughter-in-law is with child. One characteristic of God realization is that the activities of a man with such realization gradually drop away. Inside this man, meaning Sri Ramakrishna, is the real jewel. Watching me, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, eat, she remarked, "Sir, are you yourself eating or are you feeding someone else?" The feeling of ego has covered the truth. Narendra once said, "As the eye of man recedes, the eye of God approaches." Kedar says, "The more clay there is in the jar, the less water it holds." Krishna said to Arjun, "Brother, you will not realize me If you possess even one of the 8 siddhis, these give only a little power. With healing and the like, one may do only a little good to others. Isn't that true? Therefore I prayed to the Divine Mother for pure love only, a love that doesn't seek any return. I never asked for occult powers. While talking thus, Sri Ramakrishna went into Samadhi. He sat there motionless, completely forgetful of the outer world. Then coming down to the sense world, he sang, "Oh friend, I have not found him yet, whose love has driven me mad." At the Master's request, Ramlal sang a song describing how Chaitanya embraced the monastic life. Oh, what a vision I have beheld in Keshav Bharati's hut, Gora, in all his matchless grace, shedding tears in 1,000 streams. Like a mad elephant, he dances in ecstasy and sings, drunk with an overwhelming love. Rolling flat upon the ground and swimming in his tears, he weeps and shouts Lord Hari's name, piercing the very heavens with his cries, loud as a lion's roar. Then most humbly he begs men's love to feel himself the servant of God. Shorn of his locks, he has put on the yogi's ochre robe. Even the hardest heart must melt to see his pure and heavenly love. Smitten by man's deep woe, he has embraced, he has abandoned everything and pours out love unstintingly. Ah, how would that Premadas were his slave and passing from door to door might sing Gauranga's endless praise. The Master asked Mani Malik to quote the words of Tulsidas to the effect that one who had developed love of God could not observe caste distinctions. Mani said, "The throat of the Chatak bird is pierced with thirst. All around are the waters of the Ganges, the Jamunas, Sarayu, and of innumerable other rivers and lakes. But the bird will not touch any of these. It only looks up expectantly for the rain that falls when the star Swati is in the ascendant." Sri Ramakrishna said, that means that love for the lotus feet of God is alone real and all else illusory. Mani said, Tulsi also said, at the touch of the philosopher's stone, the 8 metals become gold. Likewise, all castes, even the butcher and the untouchable, become pure by repeating Hari's name. Without Hari's name, the people of the 4 castes are but butchers. Master said, they hide that the scriptures forbid one to touch can be taken inside the temple after it has been tanned. Man becomes pure by repeating the name of God. Therefore one should practice the chanting of God's name. I said to Jadhav Malik's mother, in the hour of death you will think only of worldly things, of family, children, executing the will and so forth. The thought of God will not come to you, to your mind. The way to remember God in the hour of death is to practice now the repetition of His name and the chanting of His glories. If one keeps up this practice, then in the hour of death one will repeat the name of God. When the cat pounces upon the bird only quacks and doesn't say Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna. It is good to prepare for death. One should constantly think of God and chant His name in solitude during the last years of one's life. If the elephant is put into the stable after its bath, it is not soiled again and again by dirt and dust. Let us stop here. We must plug it. Plug the pothole of attachment. Then only your japa will give fruits. Otherwise all the nectar runs out through the gutter. Attachment is the gutter. Whatever spiritual practice you do, it all runs there. So, turn your attachment to God. That's the way to stop that's the way how to plug the attachment. Turn the mind. How do you stay away? That is true, but how do you keep the mind away from attachment? The one way is to engage the mind so that there is no time for the mind to get attached. One way is to engage oneself intensely in spiritual activities and turning your attachment to God. Turning your attachment to God means you not only love your children, you love everybody. That state you will develop. When you love everyone, your heart feels for everybody. That's good. That's the way how to purify ourselves. The idea is we must get rid of selfishness. That's the point there. So, whatever that causes one to go towards world must be properly controlled. You know, sometimes we know certain things are not good, but still we go. Doesn't matter. No, doesn't matter problem. No, doesn't matter. Should not means you shouldn't take. No, doesn't matter there. See, the other day I had been to Ramnam, in the devotee's home. They prepared nice dishes. Very good. They were all excellent. And one of the persons, they were telling, Swamiji, you please take this. He offered some sweets there. Because they had done very well, no doubt. They were just telling, Swamiji, please take some of this. Then I told, no, I should not take. The doctor was sitting there. The doctor who did test my blood, chemical analysis who did, he was sitting there. Little bit you can take some, little bit. I said, no. I said, no, little bit, no. No means no. So even though you may take little bit, it has its effect. Whatever it may be, little bit. It doesn't mean that because you have taken little bit, it doesn't have effect. No, it has its effect. In the same way, when you know it should not be done, don't do it. Like that you must build up your willpower. It is not that I don't like sweets. I like very much. In fact, I like more than what you like. My love towards sweets is much more intense than you, yourself. Because I am not taking sweets, I love it all the more. But then, my willpower to resist also increases all the more. The more it comes, the more I assert myself, no, I should not take. At times there will be lapses, that is true, as I said, lapses will be there. But that is like tying and untying the thread. By lapse you will understand, I should not have done, I should not do it. So I should not do it, that becomes more stronger on account of your lapse. So in that way, lapse helps you. There is no question of God giving up at all. Because God is in everyone's heart. As I told earlier, God is in the most wretched person as well as in the saint. He is in everyone. Because of our ignorance, we are unable to see that divine spirit within us. That's all the reason. So we have to learn the lesson through the experiences, what we do get in this world. That way world is helping us. World is helping us to realize God if you are watchful and have open-mindedness to learn the things. Otherwise, world binds you more and more. The more births you take means the more you are bound. 100 times you are born, 100 times you have become more bound. That is the reason. He does get better. That's what he gets better only when he tries to think. You see, God has given the mind, but we don't think. We think useless things. We use the mind for dirty things. Mind has got tremendous power. It has tremendous power. We have lost that power because we have not used it. That's the point. It gives happiness and joy as long as you are not yet come across the bad effect of that. It's seemingly joyful. To give an example, mother is there. She is in India. Her son is in America. She knows my son is earning $15,000 every month. She knows that. She also knows her son is sending her every month $5,000. That's also true. As far as that is concerned, she is joyful. She is very pure. She is wonderful. My son his career is very good and he's sending money. I have no financial constraints. I can live wonderfully well. And it's true also. That's one side of it. The other side of it is she constantly thinks of her son. Every moment, because it's only mother's heart. To know the mother's heart, one should be a mother. You can't explain the mother's heart at all in words. Because her whole being is in her children. Her whole being. I don't know that concept in America. According to Indian concept, her whole being is in the child. Even if the child is hurt several thousand miles away, psychologically she is hurt. Even though the message has not gone, she feels hurt. She's in a restless position. Restless, what has happened? Why my mind is very bad today? Has anything wrong happened to my son? She immediately calls, finds out whether he's okay or not. All the time she is worried. Not because something bad has happened to him. No. It is because of attachment. She cannot tolerate anything that might happen to her son. That's the thing. So your mind doesn't allow you to think of anything other than that, other than what you yourself have given importance to. So how it is, the intensity of attachment depends upon when the separation comes. Mother loves the child very much. She sacrifices everything for the sake of the child, true. But when the child grows, he doesn't understand the mother's heart. So he behaves in a rude way. And he tells, no, I don't care. I want to live separately. I don't want. I will send you money. Like a pension. Even though she abuses, even though he insults, mother still bears everything because of her attachment to the son. But when the son breaks away, when he goes away, nobody can console her. Nobody. I saw one incident in Bangalore. Once I was sitting in my office, one lady devotee, she came, a very good devotee, with tears rolling. She could not speak. She was excited, highly. She has become emotionally upset. Her whole being, and I could see the nerves. I can even remember the nerves which are not visible normally. They were all becoming very prominent in her face because of her tension, and she's crying and crying. My son did like this. He was in Australia. He came and he told like this. He said he will not come anymore. He began to talk about other things, in what way he is engaged himself in the foreign country, etc., etc. And because he is influenced by his wife, who doesn't belong to India, and so he doesn't bother about whether the mother feels this way, that way. He is not bothered. He just he said and he went away. She was burning. Do you know? Literally she was burning. All this due to because attachment only. Otherwise how do you explain this? But if you know the truth, that will give you relief. It will give you relief. No one is responsible for the other. Each one is responsible for himself or herself. Each one is responsible for himself or herself. Note that point, then you will be always happy. It's good. Love everyone if you have to love. Be attached to everyone if you have to be attached. Don't concentrate on one particular thing and put your mind stuck up there. Don't do that. Anyway, life itself will teach you many things. Many things it will teach. Attachment, it does not necessarily mean children and family. Attachment to money. There are many people who are crazy, you must know, terribly attached to money. They won't even spend on eating. So much money will be spent. He is just happy seeing the bank account. It is true, literally. I have seen that. I have seen people who behave that way. Terrible attachment to money. That's called, it's one of the bondages. Lobha. Greed. Lobha. How to get rid of that? By practicing charity. Go on giving. Go on giving. Giving is the way. Give out everything. Give out everything. Give out your selfishness. Giving up. That is called renunciation. Give up everything. The more you give up, the more spiritual joy you will get. You must rise from humanness. You must rise from humanness to divinity. Sri Ramakrishna is there. First class example. Model. Beautiful. Read his life. Great master. A to Z. Read his gospel teachings. Then come to me and ask any question you want. Any question. But not before completing. A to Z you must read Great Master, Life of Sri Ramakrishna, beginning to the end, starting from the foreword, introduction, etc. Go to the end, read it thoroughly, then read Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. By the time you finish these two, you feel how your whole setup will be transformed, I should say. It all depends upon what we aspire for. Alright, we shall stop. It's 9 o'clock. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quench that mighty forest fire, worldly lust, raging furiously within. Our name streamed down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of Thyself. O Self, drowned deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name, that bath for weary souls. Various are Thy names, O Lord. In each and every name Thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of Thy name. So vast is Thy mercy, how huge then is my wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to Thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient and forbearing like a tree. Take no honor to thyself, give honor to all, chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the toys of fame. As many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for Thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is Thy servant, O sweet one. In Thy mercy consider him as dust beneath Thy feet. Ah, how I long for the day when the instant separation from Thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years. When my heart burns away with His desire and the world without Thee, the heartless void. Prostrate at Thy feet let me be, in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of Thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of Thy presence. Though it tears my soul asunder, O Thou who stealest the hearts of Thy devotees, do with me what Thou wilt, for Thou art my heart's beloved, Thou and Thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be free from bonds, may the freed make others free. May good betide all people, may the sovereign righteously rule the earth, may all beings ever attain what is good, may the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time, may the earth be blessed with crops, may all countries be freed from calamity, may holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works be satisfied. For He being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased, He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.